Dan has shown the ability to be mentally taxed sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see how he reacts to this position he's in.
But, I mean, beating Fallen, that's got to give you a huge mental momentum boost.
Yes.
So trying to say that 5 times fast.
Right now, Dan, we're going to have to see how he solves the Villager matchup, because I do believe that just the not the priority. I'm really struggling to find this word. The momentum is going to be on Dan's shoes, because he has to find a way to deal with this MJG stuff.
Okay, yeah, like with the Great Wall of China that he puts up, and because he just has so many options at any point. Full stage, half stage, in your face, he has an option for everything. And MJG, great at using all of them.
Good patience here from Dan, trying to find his way in.
Oh, wow. Does that just discounts Lloyd entirely and says, hey, I'm going to grab you, and you have nothing that you can say about it.
I was actually talking to MJG about that. Really, the best way to deal with Lloyd is just to run past it and grab, because it takes, this is his words.
Hitbox doesn't emerge for a while.
It took me, he says, 53 frames exactly of startup.
Wow.
To the Lloyd.
Which,
rocket.
For anybody that doesn't know out there, frame, like...
the tech!
A frame is 1/60th of a second. So 53 frames is almost a full second before that comes out, which is a long time, especially with someone who can grab as well as Mario and with the foot speed of Mario.
And when you grab someone, you actually do have invulnerability. So if you've ever noticed in teams, that is a little randy, but he's going to live. Dan flirting with death there. What a great F-tilt. Oh! Wow, MJG covered like 3 options at once with that setup. That was insanity.
That was MJG.
What a smart player. He texted too.
MJG pretty much covered every possible option there. I don't think that, except maybe staying on the ledge and hoping that tree didn't hit him. Like, there was...
Yeah, I think maybe dropping from the ledge and air dodging might have not been covered. But then he's back on the ledge.
Yeah, I mean, to get back on the stage is what I'm saying. There's nothing that he could have done there. He had to stay on the ledge.
Insane setup. Meanwhile, Mario's got to find a way to get this KO.
He's in kill percent. I mean, he's not the...
Dan is someone who can fish for KOs sometimes, so you have to really hope that he's not going to be too fishy.
Yeah, and I don't want him to take any bait here, too, because that's something that MJG, too, also like to do, is like make himself look like he is going to...
do something and then do a completely different option.
Oh, hey, actually, this was just me mind gaming you, and now you're in trouble.
Backer comes out, but from that side of the stage, MJG's going to be living. Mario does have that cave to deal with Lloyd Rocket shenanigans.
He does, but the other thing, too, is I've noticed a lot. I believe MJG played Fonz earlier, which is Wisconsin's best Mario. And you actually sort of exploited the use of Mario's cape. By saying oh, hey, I'm going to send a Lloyd, expecting that you're going to cape it, and then I'm going to take advantage of the fact that you have some lag after your cape. And that's something that that Dan is going to have to be
throw really coming here. That's big damage.
Air dodge is onto the stage, almost melee-esque.
Oh, that was almost the bait Dan was looking for.
I love that baseball slide on the edge. Such a good option.
He's been using that more and more. That's not something that he used to do all the time. Right now, Dan's just kind of looking puzzled, I think, in how to deal with this Villager.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's something that... And we won't see a character switch. Dan is super loyal to Mario.
Yeah. Back throw will KO off of the top, I believe. Now Dan has work to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 120 damage, which is close to max rage, which is good for Mario. But the only problem is that because of the wall that Villager can put out, he may never get an opportunity to utilize that percentage that he has.
It might just be too much for him, and especially if he can space out these back airs. Mario's recovery a little bit trickier to punish than Rosalina's.
Yeah,
we saw earlier.
Yeah, we're probably not going to see very many bowling ball kills because Mario is able to delay and not have to worry.
He can just his up B will just go through it. It has invincibility. And we see him going for that nair. That is actually a much smarter thing to go for than the bowling ball.
All right, Bill. Triple turnips.
The triple turnip.
Which is random, by the way.
Yeah.
The turnips that come out are random.
This is a close-up of MJG's ear.
Yeah. Showing his beard a little bit, too. Showing the barber work.
Very professionally shaved.
Yes. But he was actually, I believe he was looking at the possible counter picks and bans to see.
Yeah, that seems right. That would just be smart.
So what do you think Dan's thinking right now?
Dan, I think he might try the Battlefield counter pick.
I think that could be a good counter pick, though I would worry about the fact that the platforms on Battlefield would interrupt his ability to get in.
Sounds like we're at Battlefield. Yep.
Because the wall that Villager can put up is only going to be helped by the platforms if he camps under him.
But right now, MJG's stuck on a platform.
Because it actually, like, I mean, he can put up a wall, but having a platform above him gives him a ceiling,
That
too.
pivot grab was slick. Right now, Dan's got to find his way in. Another pivot grab. That thing has ridiculous range. Dan just getting grabbed left and right. When you're getting grabbed by a Villager, I think he's in your head a little bit. And right now, Dan, he's just really cannot find his footing here against MJG. This might be download complete, unfortunately, for Dan.
Yeah, MJG, though, is one of those players.
Oh, he gets the down tilt to F tilt.
MJG is one of those players that is so great at adaptation that even if GGA.Dan were to try and change up his playstyle completely, he would have it down, the download complete again by the end of the next game.
Oh, he goes for the up smash there. Not going to be confirmed. Oh, I like that pressure there from MJG. Using that down air, try and get a spike. Running on shield, and then I believe that was a shield poke. Up air, completely ignoring that Lloyd Rocket with your foot. Just saying, nah, dog, I don't want any of that. Oh, there it is!
Bowling ball.
So, okay, our question has been answered. The bowling ball will go through that up B.
Yeah, I just think it's, I mean, he's got invincibility on it, but I think only at the startup.
It might be. That's interesting. I think it might just be the way that projectile works, specifically that one. Because that is one of the strongest projectiles in the game.
And now, had he been able, like, I mean, had he not been so low, maybe he could have caped that bowling ball right back up at him.
Dan is running this back, but he does have to get this stock.
He's got to get this stock, absolutely. And now, like, not in a little bit, not, you know.
Yeah, if you can't get this stock on lockdown, you're going to just be chipped away. You're going to die by 1,000 cuts to this Villager. And that's not something he wants to see. He lands that second back air. Villager off stage. He's just got to find a way in. But MJG doing just a superb job of spacing. Yeah.
Like I said, the wall that he's able to put up is only helped by the Battlefield platform giving him a ceiling.
Getting some jabs. Gets the grab, though.
Yeah, and MJG...
That is the opportunity he needed.
By that up smash. All right, so only taking 31% on that stock.
Yeah, Dan is starting to look like he can understand how to get in. And remember how just completely one-sided the start of this match was. That's a good up B to follow up there.
All right, and we're just about even on damage here, but he gets a triple turn up there and throws a pot at him.
That pot, man. And that's the thing. Okay, he has to just keep going for these down Bs because, I'm sorry, these up Bs out of his down throw. Because if he goes for anything trickier, Villager has the best nair in the game.
Yeah, it's bar none. Like, it's so strong. I mean, maybe Luigi?
Maybe Luigi. I think it's better than Yoshi's.
Yeah.
Up air, up air, up air, up air.
Victory
up
screen!
B!
Oh!
Not enough.
That was close.
Mario falls down to the stage.
Oh, gets him with his own Lloyd. All right, Dan, making some adjustments here.
This might be the run he needed.
Yeah, to mentally get himself back in this game, if not.
Oh, that was almost the read.
But he's got to finish out the stock. He needs
one
this
turnip's
game.
unfortunate.
You don't want to go down
2-0
against Kansas's MJG.
Oh, he's just going to roll back, completely avoid that tree. MJG does now have the axe in his back pocket. Back throw will not be
not going to be enough.
I said
However,
that way too loud. My bad. A little too excited. Oh, these
goes deep.
These back airs.
He
he's
went
going for off
super
stage.
deep there.
I've never seen Dan go that deep for a back air. It's crazy. But right now we are back in this neutral. MJG.
I am so impressed by MJG right now because he's been at like 110%, and he's just like, again, as you mentioned before, death by 1,000 cuts. He's not letting himself get that in return. Like, he's taking a little bit of damage, but not giving himself any sort of kill opportunities.
I was wondering if that would break his shield in one go. These nairs, so persistent. Oh, that's a dead Mario. That is the game.
Okay.
What a persistent edge guard there by MJG.
You do not
goes up 2-0.
That is not a position that Dan wants to be in.
Staying hydrated.
Yeah, got to.
It's an important thing.
Do you need a refill, sir?
I do.
All right, here
I
you
would
go.
greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much,
No
kind
problem.
chap.
So shout outs to about the 500 viewers we have going on right now.
That's almost 600 viewers.
That is almost this dude in numbers, I swear.
I'm pretty good, guys.
Gets the cape into Lloyd Rocket immediately.
Run her right back to Battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, and he played the matchup as perfect as you could on this stage. So
he played it all right. Again, it's that war of attrition, and I think what's just going to have to happen here is he's finding his opportunities to get punishes. He just has to get 100% of the damage he can.
Yes.
Out of every single punish. There were a couple of punishes there where he broke out of it with Nair.
Yeah, and a good example there of what I mentioned earlier was that he baited out the cape there and then punished it, but not able to get a ton of percent, but definitely was able to take advantage of it a little bit.
Also, Dan might have just realized that Fireball does trade with the Lloyd Rocket.
Yeah, it explodes it, and so that's a powerful
so
tool.
He can just use it to delete it.
He doesn't always have to rely on the cape.
And there he's looking for the grab. That was a slick little combo.
That was.
The one where you assume he's going to get hit by it, and then you run forward and get the Nair on the bounce back. That's like a team's combo with yourself.
MJG is getting these triple turnips at every opportunity that he needs them. It is really, really impressive.
No, he missed one last game. He had a 1 turnip where a 3 turnip probably would have killed. Yo, there's the invincibility coming in handy. And now Dan looking for the fair. And this is run right back. This was looking
101, 103. This is anybody's game at this point.
It looked like MJG's lead, but right now anything can happen. And this is a matchup that Chicago does not have too much experience in.
I wouldn't think so. And I mean, I don't know. Unfortunately, I just don't know a lot about the Kansas scene. If anybody knows, please give us a tweet. But I know that MJG. You got to imagine that Marios are everywhere. They can't just be a Chicago invasion thing. So I think that he would have matchup knowledge enough to worry about this. But he just even if he didn't, he's such a solid player. Like he adapts so well.
And there, MJG's going to land the Nair, get back on the stage, and he lands a perfectly spaced back air.
Slingshot right to the face.
Wow, the patience. And he gets the up B out of that. It's 137-0. I do not believe Mario can water that. I've been wrong many times in my life. I could be wrong about that.
Anybody knows, let us know.
That'd be something to hit the lab with, to see if Mario can water that with Flood.
I don't think so. I think that's actually something was curious, and I believe that it's only villagers that can water it. Now, if another villager pockets water, I think it can water it, but I don't think Mario can flood.
And this pressure off stage. Does Dan have his jump?
Oh, and
he doesn't miss the tech. That is the set.
Tech.
What a convincing winners finals by MJG.
So unfortunate there. You can't. I mean, he had a long time to think about that tech too. But
he really did.
All right, so Dan, moving down to
losers finals.
Losers finals now.